Hello, friends and dear followers of this YouTube channel. Welcome back to another episode of Traveling the World using Google Maps Street View imagery. Today, it is an episode of a different kind. This morning, a text message came to me from my friends in Monaco. I have a friend, Jean-Philippe, from Monaco, and him and his partner, Jean Petit, invited us for a spin. Apparently, their yacht just was finished being repaired. It has a second sail now, and it's time to take it for a spin. We will go from this part of Monaco, Porte Vanville, to this part of Monaco, which is Port Hercule, or perhaps Port de Monaco, or Port de Monte Carlo, or. Before we do that, I reckoned I would take the time to at least explain you a little bit about Monaco. It's kind of just a rich country, small rich country in southern France with a annual GDP per capita of $150,000, I believe, euros. Who knows? I think you know the thing that, it's this rich place, it's this like nice Belle Epoque style architecture, good weather. But maybe what you didn't know, what I wanted to tell you quickly, is that it has 37,000 registered inhabitants, out of which are 75%. I mean, these numbers are approximations. 75% out of these 37,000 are not have not been born there, but relocated there, not for tax reasons, just because. And the other thing that I found interesting is that Monaco, we associate it with Monte Carlo mainly, which I guess is where all the casinos are, which we are unfortunately not gonna go to today. But Monaco actually has 9 different wards, which are sort of like districts, which are sort of like boroughs. And that's just something I didn't know. Here you have another map, by the way, that shows the extension of Monaco over time. So it started with the red thing, and other areas came later. Yes, but all of this aside, Jean-Philippe and Jean Petit are waiting. So I would say, let's hop onto the boat and explore Monaco from the sea. Because why bother to go windy mountain roads, perhaps get stuck in traffic, like as if, we are poor or something. And, again, fun aside, I've found that Monaco has a Google Street View boat. You can see Monaco using Google Street View from the water. And that's exactly what I'll be doing today. Here we have Jean-Philippe. Well, let's stop this. I really don't know what we will encounter. I am honestly amazed how clean it looks, like kind of a Netflix set for some kind of Game of Thrones episode. But yeah, I'm curious what we will see. I have never been here, neither on the map nor in reality. And let's see what all the fuss is about. And perhaps later in the port of Monte Carlo we can grab a glass of champagne and have some red herring. Now this is I think it goes without saying, this is the harbor for the poor, and also the harbor where the harbor administration of Monte Carlo puts all the boats that are not really so, I don't know how to say it, nice. So it really makes no sense that we have been here, since our boat was just repaired. It's kind of hard for me to stop this way of talking now that I've done it for 5 minutes already, but never mind, I'm sure we'll get there. These could be residential houses. They don't particularly look like hotels. One of the problems also with traveling by boat is that it's hard to understand where to go, but so far I would say we're doing well. No. I don't know about these boats. I mean, I guess they are kind of nice, but I don't know, it's not very interesting. By the way, I have dressed up for the occasion. I have put a white shirt on my body, which is sort of too big for me, so I'm kind of have stuffed the back between my back and the chair I'm sitting on, so that it would be appearing a bit tighter from the front. I hope you appreciate the effort with a subscribe. One second. I heard a little sound in the background, but it is a plastic bag that is very slowly turning. Just so irritating. Now this is not residential. Well, I guess a lot of people live kind of in hotels here, so you could call it residential. But this is this is something else. Actually, do we know it? Do we know what this is? Tranquil Hillside. This is the museum, the Oceanic Museum, Marine Museum and Aquarium of Royal Origin. Yeah. We ain't got time for these kind of activities, of course. Okay, so in this case I was smart, because actually this sea view footage has been taken the other way around. So we came from Monte Carlo, going to the port, the other port, so that basically now that we go the other way, we can just follow the watermarks that we have left, which is quite helpful. What do you reckon? Do you like to go here? I have seen that some YouTubers have done things in Monaco, like posting all the cars they have seen, or perhaps trying to get into a casino, or trying to get to some other kind of event. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it is a sort of interesting place in its own kind. I'm not even going down the road of trying to be critical of it. I mean, in a way, as a normal person, you would be kind of thankful that all the, rich kind of people that you don't really want to hang out with are grouping up in one kind of space, so they're not like buying half of your own city and gentrifying it. but perhaps, of course, this is also taking place. Here's some kind of trip, what would be the word, stand for a potential audience to witness whatever would go on the water, like a sailing event, I guess. But how much wind do you really get here? Well, I don't know. Maybe quite some. You see really well also how secluded Monaco is from the rest of the country through these mountains, and as a consequence, very, very dense. It was written that it is, like, alongside Singapore, one of the densest places on Earth, which is something I did not think of. I mean, I knew it would be dense, but I didn't think it would be so dense. Like, you probably have to make a reservation if you want to do anything here. This is nice. Some old school driver. That doesn't look. It doesn't look very from a better world. He looks just like happy in his lane in peace. Moisturized. Ooh, look at this. Here we can already see what's behind Monaco Harbour, which is guarded, like walled, fenced off here apparently, which I also didn't know. We are so slow. It's definitely a site, like somehow it looks incredibly tiny, but when you zoom in, it looks kind of like the buildings are very high. I mean, of course, when you don't have much space horizontally, you build vertically. But yeah, I don't know, it doesn't look so tiny, huh? And I mean, again, if you just have this view, I know we did this in the last video already, but if you just had this view, would you think we are in Monaco? Or could it also be in Macau? Or it's not gonna be Australia because of the mountains, but maybe it could be also in Spain somewhere. I don't know. Like, just based on one clue, I kind of find it difficult to understand where we are. Now look at this boat. Now, boat experts among you could potentially tell me whose boat that is. Radiant, it's called. And it is indeed very radiant. I mean, in all honesty, that's a little bit big. That's probably some kind of... Well, I don't want to insult someone's boat, but maybe that's a ferry here. I mean, even these are absolutely massive. Well, let's venture on. Where did we come from? Wow, look at these. This looks quicker. Very quick. We have parked. Are we even in Monte Carlo Harbour? Oh, we can go a bit further. Now we have parked our boat somewhere close to the shore, close to the famous promenade where television teams always go. Which I guess is down here. And I've already lost all my orientation. You know which kind of boats I like? The ones that are like, have two, I don't know, is catamaran an English word? I like these catamarans. It's also like, I think people also just kind of live on their boats, but the boats are staying in the harbor. Because, like, maybe it's more comfortable for them. Or I don't know, maybe actually not. I mean, if you can afford such a boat, you can also afford to stay in the city. I mean, anyway, putting your boat here would be very expensive as a sort of monthly fee, I guess. So I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm rather curious where we are going. Let's see. Can we put our boat somewhere? Yeah, I mean, we can go all the way here. And we are still on the same boat, okay. Because, like, these lines are not connected. But apparently, it's still the same driver on the same boat. Oh, okay. We're going down here. There are smaller boats here. I'm sure there's a little space for us. No, I think it's time that we hop on land. Is there someone to observe us? No. Nothing happened. Can we see our guy? No, of course not. That doesn't make any sense. Probably have gone there somewhere. Because you know what I'm looking for this kind of like promenade on the water? Is it this one? I mean, it's all fenced off and everything. Press. Perhaps it is here. Well, that's more like it, I guess. Oh, look at this. You know, just having a... Wow. Sort of this golden... yeah, more like... This is more my kind of boat. This wooden one or this like blue fishing boat. To fish for all the lobsters eaten. And of course they would be very fresh and, you know, very expensive. And I've heard once that, like, you know, in Monaco, of course, you have a lot of people working in the service sector. Waiters and waitresses, boat people, casino people, hotel people, car repair people, you name it. And that a lot of them, of course, are not millionaires. So they live kind of out of Monaco, outside of Monaco in some kind of nearby town. Like in La Tourbière or Menton, Cap-Mariton, or, you know, wherever really, maybe in Nice. So they come into Monaco every day, so that it kind of keeps the city running, because probably the rich alone could not, you know, they are dependent on someone enabling this kind of lifestyle. Do you guys want to go into Monaco now? Is this video too short if we don't do it? I don't think so. I would say let's keep this for another time. Maybe we can go for evening out in the casino or something. But for now, I really just wanted to show you the fact that we can travel on the water using Google Street View, and I'm sure it's also possible in other places. I was just kind of when I'm filming this now, it's a Friday evening, and it just looked so peaceful, and gave me the right vibe for the weekend. So yeah, thanks for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.